Hey, Story Pillar friends, it's me, Meg. As we make plans for Story Pillar's 4th season, we'd love to hear what you think about our silly Story-tastic show. Grown-ups, round up any Story Pillar fans you can find and head to storypillar.com to take our listener feedback survey. Tell us what you love, what you think we should change up, and help shape our first steps into 2025. As always, thanks for listening. Okay, ready for the show?
Hello, everybody! It's me, Sneak, your tiny, shiny caterpillar best friend with red sneakers! I miss you so much, my eyeballs itch and my knee pits smell like cheese doodles. Speaking of cheesy kneesies, I'm so happy you're here for this week's story set. That's when we take another listen to one of your favorite stories from Season 3 of Story Pillar, while we're working our weasels off on Season 4. I'm okay. So, chicken toe, pull up a comfy pillow or 5 kablillion, grab a yummy bummy snack, and get your ear straws ready for another taste of Rainy with a Chance of Moon Cheese from Full Episode 3.6.
Rainy with a Chance of Moon Cheese by Meg Lewis, adapted from El Gallito, a Chilean folktale. Ow, Comet, watch where you're swinging that thing. Peach rubbed the reddish-orange fur between his antlers and glared at the tiny possum dangling from a branch.
Watch where you're swinging your face, Peachy Weechy.
Comet stuffed a wrench in their mouth and swung onto the homemade rocket jutting up from a blanket of lime green moss.
The moon waits for no man. Itty-bitty dear creatures. Now throw me that rope.
They leapt onto the twiggy engine mount. Poodoo, Comet, I'm a poodoo. You know this. And does your launch pad have to be less than 2 snail lengths from our front door? Peach tripped over a toolbox and face planted into a fern.
Ow! Pooh, don't smash the cheddar shredder, cause this baby's almost ready for blast off! Space burger and fries, please, with a side of moon cheese.
Peach winced under his friend's victory dance, then gasped when a large pink flower suddenly shrieked with laughter. Boo! The rosy petals bowed low as a small spotted codcod slid noiselessly down a vine. The moon is not made of cheese, silly cometa.
Oh, seriously, Camo? Do you have to scare the potatoes out of us every time you come home? Can't you just say, I am here now. No need to nearly pee your pants in fright.
Camo began licking the black and gold rings of her tail. Camouflage the whisper paws at your service. Besides, first unbreakable rule of the ancient master, a true ninja never stops training.
Ooh, just like the first unbreakable rule of the ancient space cheese master. Don't stop building till you're knee-deep in monster, baby. Get it? Monster like monster cheese ball on the moon?
Camo paused mid-bath.
For the last time, Comitin, there is no cheese on the moon. Ningun.
The mouse-sized possum's eyes almost popped off their face.
You can bet your sweet mozzarella there is.
But you, pequeño cometa, are not an astronaut.
Of course not. I'm a cheddar nut.
You are a monito del monte.
And you belong on Earth helping your friends fix our leaky house before the rain whooshes us all the way to Antarctica.
Peach jabbed a hoof toward the hut, half falling down behind them.
I mean, look at it.
Comet scampered onto what looked more like Swiss cheese than an actual roof.
It's not so bad. Oh yeah, this giant window just needs a shutter or two.
Peach poked his head through a jumble of reeds.
Oh wait, our house doesn't have any windows. But it definitely has
spiders. Comet stuffed their face through a glossy web.
Hey, look at my beard. I'm Santa Paws. Oh, oh, oh.
Can you please be serious? The rains start next week. Peach scowled at the dangling possum as Camo ninja flipped through the giant hole that used to be a door.
Hiya!
Second unbreakable rule of the ancient master. Build a spaceship barely big enough for a bunny? She glanced at the stubby rocket taking shape under the sky-high pehuin trees. Get wet and smell like a moldy skunk all winter.
Hiya!
She roundhouse kicked a rotted plank. I'll fix the door and build us some furniture.
Wah!
Peach landed butt first in a termite mound. Seriously? Ugh. I guess I'll get rid of this pest palace and patch up the wall. Ugh. Comet coughed and eyed the door. Well, sounds like you've got this situation under control. And since I've got a space cheese speed machine itching for some stitching, bye! The wee possum flew through the air and vaulted off Peach's back before a paw closed firmly around their skinny pink tail. What do you think, Peachicito? Comet cracked an eyelid to find two sets of narrowed eyes inches from their own. I think patching the roof and sweeping out the cobwebs sounds fair. Right, Comet? But the engine is almost... on the rocket boosters just need... Comet! Peach's nostrils flared like a hangry jaguar's. Third rule of the angel master, Comitin. Camo licked a cobweb from her rascally friend's ear. If your housemates ask you to patch the roof and sweep out the cobwebs, Comet felt the cheddar shredder pulling them toward the launch pad like a pointy wooden magnet. You patch the roof and sweep out the cobwebs. Okay, fine. I'll get started. They crossed their fingers behind their fuzzy little back. First thing tomorrow. Peach eyed the heavy gray clouds clustered directly above his head. Well, at least the random window's gone. And I'm almost done with the lock on this thing.
Hiya!
The agile cod karate chopped a final twig on the neatly mended door. And the roof?
Hey, get out of here!
Peach launched a coquito nut at the woodpeckers playing tag through the unpatched ceiling. Still looks like a giant wooden cheese grater. Speaking of cheese, how many tomorrows has it been so far? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today makes... Peach scratched a tally mark into the earthen floor. 4 tomorrows, 1 dinky rocket, and 27 moon craters still in the roof.
It's alive!
Thunder boomed as Comet burst into the room.
Watch out, Milky Way, or should I say Cheesy Way. The cheddar shredder's ready to rip into some planetary provolone, baby!
Captain Cheesy?
Commander Cheddar-Nut at your service, ma'am.
Comet saluted as a symphony of raindrops pattered out a rhythm on the freshly carved chairs.
You mean like you were at our service when you fixed the roof?
Peach flicked his fluffy white tail at the mini waterfall, quickly turning the fire pit into a wading pool.
Great gooey gouda, but I was going to work on that tomorrow.
Just like the tomorrow before the yesterday 4 days ago? Peach tapped a hoof.
But nothing comes between a cheddar-nut and their space cheese.
Comet flinched out of the way as Camo backflipped onto a basket overflowing with cattails. Nothing except this giant pile of roof patching.
Oh, no way, Souffle. You don't expect me to fix it now while it's raining?
Well, no. We expected you to fix it before it was raining. But now works. Camo swung open the door. We'll just wait for you in that cheese grater.
Cheddar shredder!
Whatever it's called. At least you had time to actually give it a roof. Peach popped open the miniature hatch.
But you can't just keep a cheddar-nut from the cheesy verse!
Camo and Peach simply turned and piled into the garbage can-sized rocket.
Soak it in, Peachicito. Get your paw out of my ear canal.
Camo raised her voice over the downpour.
Fourth unbreakable rule of the ancient master. Before blasting off after non-existent moon cheese, don't let your friends down.
And with that, Peach slammed the hatch shut, Camo shoved his hoof out of her armpit, and the squashed but dry pair watched their friend finally get to work.
Why would you just stop slipping out of my tiny little hands?
Comet hurled a handful of twigs into the attacking army of raindrops.
Why do I even have to do this? I should be eyeball deep in moon fondue right now, not squirting water out of my ear holes.
They scowled at the trees, then jumped like a startled toad when something furry landed on their shoulder. How's it going, Captain Cheesy? Comet nearly slid right off the roof before a nimble paw hauled them up by their tail.
Camo? Can you seriously stop doing that?
The stealthy Cut pulled her waterlogged friend under a cypress branch umbrella. First rule of the Angel Master, remember? A true ninja.
I know. Never stops training. Just like a wet monito del monte never stops fixing endless roof craters.
Ay, Cometín. We know you don't want to fix the roof. I mean, gobbling down ooey gooey moon nachos sounds way more fun. But this is your home, our home. Camo nudged their elbow. You can't just leave us in the dust and go chasing after deep space dairy products.
I just don't want to. I want to build my rocket and stuff my belly with space cheese until it's big as a watermelon.
Comet tugged on their ears.
I guess I'm just the worst friend in the whole world.
Ay, imposible. Camo gathered them into a hug. You are not a bad friend, Cometín. You are just having a little trouble with unbreakable rule of the Angel Master número 5. Take care of what you need to before doing what you want to.
When it's super hard and boring and you really don't want to do it?
Camo raised a furry eyebrow. Well, then you throw your head back and scream at the moon that's not made of cheese. That's probably made of cheese. And then you ask your best friends for help getting started. Easy peasy cheesy.
Easy peasy space cheesy.
Comet squeaked a giggle just before a tree-shaking crash exploded from below. Both friends gasped as a pair of sharp antlers crashed through the fuselage and the entire homemade rocket splintered into bits. Your cheese grater!
Cheddar shredder! A completely shredded cheddar shredder!
Comet felt a stream of tears join the raindrops pooling around their toenails. Oy, I'm sorry, Cometín. Camo gave her friend a squeeze. I know you worked really hard on that. So hard you forgot to fix the roof.
Hey!
Comet half smiled. It's okay. I don't even think it could fly anyway. I couldn't find gas, so I kinda filled the fuel tank with pineapple juice. Seriously? Camo laughed, then gasped as a deer-shaped jumble of broken sticks shambled toward them.
If you two are done with your heartwarming chat, could you, I don't know, come down here and get this cockpit off my head?
Comet wiped away the last of their tears, and Camo eyed the deer squatch below. 6th unbreakable rule of the Angel Master. Hold your horses, Pichicito will be down in a sec.
Oh, come on!
She turned back to her friend and winked. Anyway, my little cheddar Comet, even if you can't build an actual rocket, I think I have an even better idea. Okay, that's it. Comet tied the last bundle of thatch into place and smiled up at the leafy cone-shaped canopy keeping the rain at bay.
Roof is a go!
Peach snipped a twig from the giant triangles flanking the doorframe.
Unnecessary wings are a go. Even though this is definitely a house and not a rocket. Ow!
Camo chucked a pillow at her cranky friend. Just go with it, okay?
Fine.
He flopped down on a stool as Camo laid out a row of carefully carved moons, planets, and shooting stars on the large, dry table. One last finishing touch for our brand new ricotta rocket cottage. Ta-da! Is that what I think it is? Comet gobbled up a pale yellow crescent. Moon-zarella! Well, it's not actually from the moon, but it should do that trick. Camo scarfed down a gooey planet, and even Peach stopped frowning long enough to nibble a cheesy asteroid. Seventh and best unbreakable rule of the ancient master. When all your boring, wet chores are done, Comet stuffed 3 creamy stars into their mouth. It's time to chow down a moon cheese, baby! And so, with the rain drumming down on the freshly patched roof, that's exactly what they did. The end.
Moon-zarella, moon-zarella, kind of like mozzarella, but it comes from the moon. Oh, you know what would be even more yumma-ripperoo? If the moon was made of gummy centipedes! Super space sugar overload, here we come! Anywho, chicken shoe, grown-ups. If you and your kids had fun munching moon cheddar and getting your faces stuck in rockets with us today, please send this story set to someone else who might enjoy listening. Simply open this episode in Apple Podcast or Spotify, click on the 3 dots to the right of the title, and select share. That's it, potato chip. Oh, and don't forget to visit our Ko-fi page to make a donation and support more fantastic episodes of Storypillar. And head to storypillar.com to take our listener feedback survey and tell us what you think about our show. Okie dokie, karaoke. Thanks for sipping this week's extra cheesy story with me. Maggie, Peggy, and Beanie Weenie Jeannie will be back next Monday with another story sip and a lifetime supply of French fries. Okay,